behind it is crazy.
Yeah. Tell me, all jokes aside, you were out there for 9 days. At what point did you say, you know what, I'm done with this? I mean, you obviously stopped after 9 days. The question is, there had to be a point before you got to 9 days where you were like, I don't really have to do this. Enough of this documentary. I'm out of here.
Well, there's a couple scary moments. One was when I think I was sleeping in the tent. It was raining real hard. The rats was coming in. I was like, man, I need to get out of here. But see, what happened is, it's like we as human beings, we adapt. And I started to adapt to my environment. Sounded like on the fourth or fifth day, I got comfortable. And now I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to maneuver. So I forgot about going back to my other world. Because see, when you get trapped in that world, you got to find the best way to make it fit for you. You know what I mean? So they had to literally pull me out. Like on the 9th day, they had to tell me, Pras, let's go. I was walking barefooted. Like I felt like I was in my living room.
Right.
I mean, you get accustomed. I started to figure a couple hustle out, you know, how to put up my tent, where to sleep, the best place to sleep, you know. It's just...
See, it's scary to hear you say that because obviously the point you're making is that these folk don't want to be there to begin with.
Right.
But once they're there and they have to find a way to make these conditions work best for them, it just becomes a way of life. And they got to come pull you, Mr. Fuji, out of this because you have gotten psychologically caught up into trying to make it work for you.
And what's deep about it is, in my subconscious, I know I'm going back home. Now imagine if you are there and you have no hope. See what I'm saying to you? So imagine what it does to you psychologically.
Yeah. You know what the real question for me is, I feel your passion coming from this chair to this chair, given the experience that you've had. And obviously, I and most other folk are not going to take 9 days off to go undercover to try to understand what it feels like to be homeless or any number of other conditions that we could experience that folk have to live in every day in this country. Right. The question is how then we get people, without having the Pras experience, to be sensitive to be empathetic, to be sympathetic toward people in these conditions.
Well, I mean, I think the basic level is this. You know, and there's two sides to it, but I'm gonna give you one basic. When you see someone who's homeless and asking for money or whatever, whether you have it or not, acknowledge that person. Sorry, brother, I don't have it. Because you just made that person day because you acknowledge them as a human being. See, what happens is we like to think like they're invisible. They don't exist. Like homelessness is a disease. It's not a disease. It's a condition. Okay? So we'll see animals like a dog up the street. We'll be ready to go and pet that dog. We don't even know who that dog is, right? But someone who's homeless, we kind of act like there's a barrier between us. And so now you make that person feel less than a dog. See what I'm saying to you? That's the basic, you know, I don't expect people to go live in Skid Row around their cities to experience it, but something as simple, because you never know. Acknowledging that person, you just gave that person a drive or a motivation to want to get out of their situation. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Just to acknowledge their humanity.
Yeah, you know, and like you said before about homelessness, it's like, they're not talking about it. I mean, the top 3 issues right now with the candidate nominees is the war, immigration, and healthcare. But you know what's deep? Healthcare is slightly the cousin of homelessness. Because we got a big healthcare situation going on. Minute you lose your healthcare, something bad happens to you.
They're more than slightly cousins. They're like first cousins.
They're like,
If they're cousins, they are first cousins. No, that's a serious, I hear the connect. It's a serious connect. Let me close by asking this. And this question almost seems weird to ask, but I don't want to get hate mail from your fans tomorrow for not asking you this, because it really seems small in comparison to the work that you're doing. But there has been so much talk, and you referenced it earlier, about a Fugees reunion. I know that Lauren, we all know Lauren's been out lately doing a couple concerts here and there. Just saw Wyclef a few days ago. Is that gonna happen? You think? Is it gonna happen? Not happen? Close? Not close at all?
Let me put it like this here.
Yeah.
We have a better chance of seeing.
Don't say it, don't say it. I don't even like the setup. I don't even like this. I know where this is going. Go ahead and finish, though. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish.
Oh, you know the setup, right?
I don't like the way it sounds, man. I don't like the way it sounds. But go ahead, give it to me.
You have a better chance of seeing Bin Laden and Bush at a Starbucks talking about foreign policy, drinking some lactate.
Wow. I think that means the Fugees ain't getting together.
And I'm gonna tell you something deep. Yeah. All jokes aside,
yeah.
By far, Lauryn Hill, the greatest artist in the last 30 years.
She's cold.
Okay. Now, what's deep is in Skid Row, there's a bunch of Lauryn Hills running Skid Row. The difference is her support system. She has a support system where, unless you go far deep in, no one's gonna really allow her, myself, or Clef, if we had hard times, to go in that situation.
Right.
But the reality is,
there but for the grace of God, go I.
Okay.
I feel you. All right, so bad news, Fugees not getting together no time soon. The good news is, though, that if you go check out this documentary, Skid Row, opening first in LA and New York, and then I hope and pray around the country, we can put into context what it means to live in the most blessed nation in the country and yet have a problem that like homelessness that is absolutely unacceptable and untenable. And it's all courtesy of Pras. Nice to have you here, man.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you, brother.